My name's Andrew, and a couple years ago I bought this fixer-upper with no prior construction or remodeling experience.
Ridiculously stupid.
And when I showed you guys what I did to the outside as one of my previous videos, a lot of you were asking about the inside.
So today, I'm gonna pull back the curtain and show you guys inside the project house I've been working on for the past 3 years.
But first, I gotta remind you about what it looked like when I bought it.
Okay, so when you come in the front door, it's like a 960 square foot house upstairs, so the kitchen kind of seamlessly blends into the whole living room. But this was kind of the first project that I tackled when I bought the home. This was before I had the YouTube channel, when I was just kind of roughing it. But yeah, essentially we bought these cabinets from a company called ProCraft. My brother and I hung these up, got the appliances in, and we were just kind of learning as we went. I mean, we did the whole thing ourselves, minus the countertops. These are quartz countertops, which we ordered from the Home Depot. And then one of the things that I kind of regret about the house is I put in this cheap LVP flooring. It was like $1.50 a square foot, and it's fine for what it is, but I was on a budget when I first bought it. It was kind of the first thing that had to go in before we could start with other stuff. So I don't love it. Probably should have invested a little bit more on the flooring.
And there used to be this divider wall between the kitchen and the living room, so I demolished that and we put up this beam to kind of open the space between the living room and the kitchen, which I think was a good idea. And one of the biggest mistakes I made on this house was making this island so small. I should have made it a little bit bigger and made it a 4-seater. That was a big miss.
So moving on into the living room, another thing I regret is I literally bought like the cheapest couch when I first moved in from Wayfair. I think this thing was like 600 bucks. It's horrible. There's like Velcro that'll like get caught on you. The back like folds in. Horrible. On my next project, I'm definitely going to invest in something a little bit nicer than this. This was horrible. It got like 1 out of 5 stars from everyone who sat on it. So I made up for it by building a custom table right here. This is a river table. People have mixed feelings on river tables, but I kind of like this one. And then I installed this floating mantle, and I have videos for pretty much like everything on my channel for these projects. So if you want to see how something was done, chances are I made a how-to video at some point along the way. Okay, let's head down the hallway. And this is a pretty important moment. This was the first 3-way switch that I ever installed. So we'll turn it off down here and let's see if it's still working. Let's take a quick look in the very first bathroom remodel I did. This was the very first thing that I did before I moved in because it was pretty gross when I first bought it. Again, like most things, I figured it was gonna be pretty quick in and out, but the subfloor was rotted, and I think I have some photos that I can flash right here. Had to gut the entire thing. And you know, at this point, it's like 4 years old. It's probably ready for another remodel, but for my very first renovation, I mean, I think it turned out okay. It's pretty basic. Let's move on. Okay, let's move on to the first bedroom in the house, which is also the smallest, what I call the mocha room. I let my brother live in this room when he was going through PA school and gave him creative liberties, and he decided on this mocha orange color for whatever reason. But anyways, it's you know, probably like a 10 by 10 foot room, and that's kind of all there is to it. This overlooks the backyard. He put this little mocha curtain in, big mocha guy. And then just a standard closet right here. He actually installed this door. He was very proud of it. So we'll give him credit, Ryan. Well done on the bifold. A linen closet. So this was my room when I lived in this property.
And here's a quick look at that same room when I first bought the property. Not good.
The biggest room in the house, but still pretty small. These are the hexagon shelves that I built. Very proud of this corner shelf right here. I also put in these kind of barn doors. I got these off of Wayfair. The material is kind of plasticky, but it was definitely an improvement from what was there when I bought it. Now this is probably my favorite part of the house, or the thing that I'm most proud of, is this full bathroom. This used to be a completely nasty half bath, and I went through permitting, I went through a whole bunch of headaches to get the perfect arrangement here. The toilet used to be right here. We moved it to the side. We had to use a wall-hung toilet in order to get the code-required clearances on the left and right. This was a custom flowing vanity that I put in to try to maximize space. We have a medicine cabinet with storage because there's literally no storage anywhere else. And then the shower was put in completely from scratch, herringbone tile, hexagon floor tile. And then we went a little probably overboard with tile from floor to ceiling, but overall, I love this bathroom. I think it looks great, and it's probably my favorite part of the house. Next up, let's take a look at the second biggest bedroom.
But first, get a load of what this room looked like before. And sorry for the shaky camera. At the time of filming, I had no idea I'd be doing a home tour a couple years later.
We had a roommate at one point living here, and I don't know if he had his bed or something covering this up, but I should probably do something to kind of clean up the router situation. But not much different. We have the same nasty, I shouldn't say nasty. We have the same LVP flooring throughout. This got replaced with a nice little full mirror here. Pretty decent sized closet that we still need to clean out, and that's pretty much all there is in this room. Okay, let's check out the basement. Okay, so when I bought this house, the basement was completely disgusting. Starting with the stairs, I completely revamped these. I did these on a budget, kind of using a bunch of materials that I kind of scraped together from scratch. I have a video on that. This was actually only like maybe $200 or $300 if I remember correctly to redo these stairs. And then when I bought the house, there was a water leak. We had to put in interior drain tiles all the way around the perimeter of the property, which drained to a sump pump, so that was pretty involved. And then I went through the process of finishing the entire basement. Now I'm gonna flash some B-roll of what this basement looked like before I did anything to it. It was downright scary. It looked like a horror film. It was horrible. So if you don't think this looks good, compare it to what it looked like before and you'll think it's the Taj Mahal. It's incredible in comparison. But just by itself, it's kind of a run-of-the-mill basement, but it's been pretty good for us. Again, we got a custom table right here. I have a video for that on my channel, a little sectional couch, and then I put in this accent wall right here with the electric fireplace. I got some mixed reviews on this faux concrete accent wall, but I'm leaving it. The little fireman's pole right here, lolly column, we didn't dress up at all. We probably should have trimmed that out, but whatever. Down here, I put in more LVP flooring. This is from Metro Floor. I ran it all the way throughout. I like LVP because it's waterproof and super easy to install. And this is kind of a bonus room. It's not technically a bedroom because it doesn't have a closet, but if it was, it would be probably the biggest bedroom in the house. If we move over here, we have the full bathroom that I put in. It's pretty small. We have an HVAC duct right above, so I almost scraped my head on this. I'm 6'5", so if you're any taller than 6 feet, you're gonna have a hard time in here. And then we have the bathtub and shower right here, which, if I'm being honest, I've used probably twice. I use that full bathroom upstairs, which again is my favorite part of the house. So pretty standard run-of-the-mill bathroom, but having that third bathroom is nice. And that is pretty much the inside of the house. Let's take a look out back. So the existing deck, when I bought the house, I was thinking, just pull off the deck boards and we'll replace it. But the second I started pulling things off, everything was worse than I imagined. So we completely gutted that deck and we built this one here. If you guys have been following my channel for a while, you know that we built these sectionals from scratch. We had this fire pit table that was kind of built custom. Everything's looking a little worse for wear right now, but in its heyday, it was real nice out here. And then I have a little deck that I built down here. This one was much easier because I built it using the Bison level up system, which basically didn't require any footers. And then my pride and joy of the backyard is this shed right here. I don't know why I built this shed. It's completely overbuilt. It's like a 10 by 10 shed with like no footprint at all, but it looks awesome. And I love the content that I put together for this. You can grab the free plans down below if you want to build one, but that's enough on that for now.
And although I have a dedicated video on this gable porch overhang addition that I built, I would be completely remiss if I didn't mention it now. I think it completely transforms the entire look of this house.
Okay guys, time for the big announcement. You probably already guessed it by now. I am moving. I finally bought my next fixer-upper property. I cannot wait to show you guys the new property in the next video. Drop a like, subscribe if you like DIY content, and I will see you on the next property, next video, next chapter.
And as I let this outro roll out, I want to thank each and every one of you who have been along for this journey on the first property. I could not have done this without you. I really appreciate the support. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.